ഹായ് ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ റോബർട്ട് ബ്രൗണിങ്ങിന്റെ മൈ ലാസ്റ്റ് ഡച്ചസ് എന്ന പോയത്തിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. Robert Browning was a Victorian poet and playwright whose dramatic monologues put him among the foremost Victorian poets. Browning was influenced the most by Lord Byron and P.B. Shelley. Browning's wife was also a renowned Victorian poet. What is her name? Her name is Elizabeth Barrett Browning. The form of poetry in which the speaker, other than the poet, speaks to an imaginary audience at a decisive moment of his life is a dramatic monologue. Who is considered as the greatest master of dramatic monologue? Robert Browning is considered as the greatest master of dramatic monologue. His approach to dramatic monologue influenced countless poets for almost a century. The poem My Last Duchess is a dramatic monologue. It is a classic example of a dramatic monologue. It is a monologue in the sense that it consists of words spoken by one person. It is dramatic in the sense that another person is present, listening to the speaker's words, which are shared with the readers. The poem My Last Duchess was published in 1842. Browning has written many dramatic monologues. Some of them are Rabbi Ben Ezra, Andrea del Sarto, Fra Lippi. Who is the speaker in the poem? The Duke of Ferrara is the speaker in the poem. The poem is loosely based on the historical events involving the Duke of Ferrara, who lived in the 16th century. Where does the poem take place? The poem takes place in Ferrara, a place in Italy. The poem is preceded by the epigraph Ferrara. What action precedes the opening of My Last Duchess? A marriage proposal precedes the opening of My Last Duchess. Who is addressed in the poem as Sir? The listener is addressed as Sir in the poem. Who is the listener in the poem? The Count's envoy is the listener in the poem. Who is Fra Pandolf? Fra Pandolf is a painter. Fra Pandolf painted the portrait of the Duchess on the wall. The Duke tells the listener that Fra Pandolf worked hard to make it a piece of wonder. It seems that it is not the painting but the Duchess herself standing alive in front of them. In the poem, how many times the Duke repeats Fra Pandolf's name? The Duke repeats Fra Pandolf's name 3 times in the poem. What is the fault that the Duke finds with the Duchess? The fault that the Duke finds with the Duchess is that she smiled at everyone. What is the Duke arranging in My Last Duchess? The Duke is arranging a new marriage for himself. What does the Duke mean by her looks went everywhere? The Duke means that the Duchess was tempted by other men and was very unfaithful to the Duke. What did the Duchess do that offended the Duke? The Duke was offended by the Duchess flirting with other men. Her mantle laps over my lady's wrist too much. What is the word mantle as used in the poem? It is a clock. Who brought the Duchess a gift of cherries? The Duchess was gifted a bow of cherries by some officious fool. The Duke describes the Duchess as too soon made glad. The Duke says that the heart of his Duchess could be easily won, and it was very easy to impress her with anything. Wherever the Duchess looked, she liked and praised everything. So he accuses her of having a heart that was too soon made glad and too easily impressed. He was annoyed that she liked everything that she looked at. The portrait of the last Duchess was painted in a day. Sir, it was not her husband's presence only, called that spot of joy into the Duchess' cheek. Who is addressed here as Sir? The listener is addressed here as Sir. All smiles stopped means the Duchess was killed. Here the poet means that the Duchess smiled at the Duke, but it was the same smile she gave everyone. Her nice behavior with everyone grew day by day, so he gave commands to kill her, and all her smiles stopped. And it is also an ironic phrase that refers to the death of the Duchess. The portrait of the sea god is made of bronze. What is the name of the sea god as described in the poem? The name of the sea god is Neptune. In the end of the poem, the Duchess shows the listener a bronze statue of Neptune. Who is the imaginary sculptor in the poem? Claus of Innsbruck is the imaginary sculptor in the poem. Where does the Duke keep the painting of the Duchess? The Duke keeps the painting of the Duchess behind the curtain. What is the structure of the poem? The poem My Last Duchess is written in rhymed iambic pentameter. How many rhyming couplets are there in the poem? There are 28 rhyming couplets. As if she ranked my gift of a 900-year-old name with anybody's gift. These lines are from the poem My Last Duchess. Here the Duke says that the Duchess had no special appreciation for the gifts that Duke gave her. He gave her the 900 years old prestigious name of his family by marrying her, but she treated this gift equally to anyone else's. Who was the Duchess historically? The Duchess was historically Lucrezia de Medici. Who was the Duke historically? The Duke was historically Alfonso II, the Duke of Ferrara, who lived during the 16th century. ഈ വീഡിയോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടെങ്കിൽ please like, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you.